Okay, so hey guys, I'm in traffic. I'm making this video while I am in traffic because I just want to talk about it. So I know that, well, I've heard that your passion is oftentimes rooted in things, and the things that makes you angry, the things that doesn't sit well with you, the things that you are in opposition of, or that things that you're advocating for, right? And that has stuck with me ever since I heard it. It's stuck with me. And for me, that is why I'm so passionate about mentoring and sharing your testimony, and not only sharing your testimony, but saving lives in the matter, in the saving souls in the process. I was watching something earlier, and it just came to me. I was like, people get these platforms, and these large platforms, small platforms, medium-sized, large, whatever. They get platforms, and they share this stuff, and sometimes I will say it's unknowing to them. Like, they don't understand the impact. Some of them. Most of them understand their impact they have on the community, how the impact they have on society. And they get and share these stories, and it's misleading. They get on these platforms and they share, this is what happens, and this is what I think you should do, this worked for me, and all this stuff. And I'm all for sharing your testimony. People's lives, I shared my testimony. People have the power. Your testimony has the power to break. Testimony has the power to free people. I am in complete agreement with that. But what I am not in agreement with is people using these platforms to mislead people, and to steer them in the wrong way, and to steer them in and have them getting deeper into things than they should. And without me actually pointing out the video that I watched and the person's channel that I saw it on, all that stuff, it's like, that's your story, that happened to you, right? But don't try to change the narrative to make it seem like to support these kind of things, and not actually discussing the back end of it, right? And part of me, that's why I said it's sticky. It's unknowing to some people, and then it's knowing to some people. Like, they may not even understand how that action affects them long term, and how what they did, the repercussions of it, or the spirit attached to it, what they did, right? And they're just out here sharing this information, not ignorant to the other side of it, right? For example, and this is not what the person said, but this is just an example. When you have sex outside of marriage, people don't talk about, they talk about, having a child outside of wedlock, and STDs, and all these different things, and they don't talk about the spirits that come attached to having sex outside of marriage, the ungodly spirits that come attached to having sex outside of marriage, and the emotional attachment, and the soul ties that are created, right? And the spirits that person has within them, lynching onto you. Basically, you're taking that on. People don't talk about that, and they just talk about the basic things that you learn in sex ed classes that are important. Please don't get me wrong, they are still important, very much so. But it's like we just completely forget about the other side of it. Actually, it's just as important, if not more so important, because it's something that you ultimately will live with if you don't you will live with it if you don't confront it. It will be a burden if you don't confront it. Imagine being 50, 60, 70, 30, 40 years old, living with something that happened when you was a teenager because you never took the time to confront it. And it has impacted your life in so many ways. And you think it's just happening, or I'm just unlucky, or karma and all this stuff. No, it's because you haven't dealt with your demons, as they would say. So I say all this to say, I say all this to say, like, that's why I'm very cautious about what I share on the internet and what I speak, because I feel like when you open your mouth, especially, not saying some people are more important than others, but some people have bigger platforms than other people, even though they all play a part in it. Some people have just larger platforms and more eyes are on them, and they have more influence than other people. It's just what it is. And that's why I'm just so cautious about what I speak and what I say. But cautious about what I say, what I speak, because what you speak out there and what you put out there, it is important. Lives can be changed. Something that you may say that you may think it holds no weight, it can mean the absolute most to someone else that's listening. So people just getting on here, holding their camera, recording themselves, putting it out there, thinking, oh, it's nothing, let me just share this. You are misleading people. You are leading people down a path that you don't want to lead them down. You know, you want to be an influencer, you want to impact people, you want to do all this stuff, and you leading people down the wrong path. If you're going to lead somebody, at least lead them down the path that's going to help them, not hurt them. So I was just like, I had to stop watching the video because I was just really annoyed, and I thought it was going in one way. So I was like, let me keep watching it, and it ended up going in a different way. And I was just like, I couldn't keep watching it. Like, I could not keep watching it. But yeah, I'm really like going back to my point about purpose and stuff. Like, things like that really just gets me like, I don't know, like, it just doesn't sit well with me. And I want us to just be wise about and aware of what we're like putting out there. People are listening, people are watching, people are taking action after they listen to you. So you just be careful about what you put out there. You know, something that you just be prayerful about what you put out there. Don't just be putting something out there because you feel like you need to say it. No, you need to be prayerful about the things you are putting out there, even more so when you have a large following. I'm not saying, now don't take this as me saying walk on eggshells. That's not what I'm saying. If you are led to talk about a certain topic and it just doesn't, everything you talk about will not sit well with people. That's just how it is. You know, everything you say is not gonna be mushy gushy for people. Some people need to hear the truth, right? That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying to stray away from telling the truth to people. But what I am saying is just to be prayerful and more cognizant of what you're putting out there, because lives are being impacted by it. That's all I'm saying. So